Many parents know the frustration of trying to get a child's car seat installed properly into the family car.
Yes, and if you have questions or doubts about whether or not your setup is correct, this weekend you'll be able to get answers with the fire department. Of course, you're not alone. Federal regulators say that nearly 50% of all child seats are installed incorrectly or used incorrectly. And they also estimate properly installed seats reduce the risk of death for infants by 71%. So you want to get it right. 54% for toddlers. So
just those statistics alone, right? Right now, we're joined by Sergeant Robin Chevrette of the Farmington Hills Fire Department. He's going to walk us through car safety because you guys have a big event coming up. But let's start with most common misconceptions people have or mistakes they make when they install the seats.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Jason.
Yeah.
Just putting it in right, getting the air out of the seat of the cushion and using, whether you're going to use a latch system back here, which a lot of people use,
or we spin that around?
We can spin it around.
Okay.
The latch system to clip it in the bottom, or if you're going to use the seat belt and go along the belt path. You can use one or the other. You never want to use both. And what I'm talking about is when you'll see people get in there and push down on the seat and get that air out of the cushion to get a nice firm fit.
So once you put the car seat on your seat, then you push that air out.
Yep. And you want to get
why is that?
Because there's a lot of negative space in that cushion, and you want to get that out so you get a nice snug fit. This is an extension of that seat in the vehicle, so you want to make sure that that's nice and tight.
And you can't kind of keep going back and forth with tightening because just when you think you have it, all of a sudden you kind of shake it, and just when that seat wobbles like that, and you think about what happens in the event of a crash, that has serious effects.
Sure. So when we install the seat, and we have the parent or the guardian do it so they understand what they're doing. And then we want them to pull along this. This is called the belt path. So whether it's forward-facing, rear-facing car seat, wherever that seat belt's going through is called the belt path. And you want to make sure there's no more than 1 inch of play in that area. Because if there is a crash, you don't want that to move.
Right. Yeah. How often, when somebody comes in to get the seat looked at, how often is it incorrectly installed, would you say?
Like the national standard said, I'd say at least 50% of the time. Whether it's just not tight enough, or they're using the wrong seat for the wrong size child.
Yeah.
I always tell people to look at, however big your child is. Your pediatrician gives you the weights and all that stuff. And then on each side of the seat and in the manual will give you, the correct seat placement of what you should be using.
And then you also provide this service to the community. So anybody that's maybe a first-time parent or unsure, they can come and actually get you to look at it and make sure it's in there right.
That's right. Every second Sunday of the month, Farmington Hills puts on a car seat event. It takes about a half hour to go through it. We'll show you what you should be doing. And then like I said, we always have the guardian put it in so that they know what they're doing. You can either go online and register to get your seat checked, or you can call the headquarters at Farmington Hills headquarters and get an appointment made.
And the event you're having is on Sunday. We have the information there on your screen. It's free assistance from 8 until noon at Fire Station 3. And they do want you to register ahead of time just so they can manage the people that are coming at FD for Fire Department events at fhgov.com. And as you said, about half hour, 45 minutes, and you're out the door. But with a feeling at ease.
Right, that's right. That's our whole goal, is just to make sure that you feel safer than when you came.
And I would just, as a parent who thought that I had them correctly installed once upon a time and then found out that I didn't, that can hit parents kind of hard too, like, oh my goodness, I didn't have it correctly installed.
Right.
Yeah. And what was your mistake?
I had not, like the anchor straps to go into the base of the seat there. I was using that wrong and just kind of using the seat belt to go in, and I thought it was in. It wasn't in as securely as it should have been.
Right.
And it's just not the easiest thing to do.
I'm like, why can't they make them easier? So
they want to make them safer, not as easy, but make them safe.
Exactly.
True. Very true.
Thanks so much for joining us.
No problem. Thank you
It's a
very much.
great resource that you guys are providing for families.
For sure. Take advantage of that.